Hey everyone! Hope you're having an amazing day. It's Code Karen. Welcome to r/Am I the Idiot, where we have an incredible story with comments and an update. If you are new to this channel, a sub would be great. Tap that notification bell. Let's jump right in. Am I the idiot for telling my biological daughter that I never want to speak to her again? I am married to my wife, going on 2 years now. We have a newborn son together. Before we got married, I told her about my bio child, that it was a mistake baby, and I do not have a relationship with the child or the mother. We're generally doing well in life, and things are going great. Let's rewind 16 years. Young, stupid, and a senior in high school. I got my 18-year-old girlfriend pregnant. We were never in any big love affair. Both of us felt that way. She wanted to keep the baby. I told her I was too young to be a father, and if this was her choice, I had no plans to stick around and help her raise the kid. My parents were quite wealthy, and they agreed to pay for child support. I had no money, and they were moving out of the state at the time, so I used that as an excuse to leave the area. Before I left, I told her I never wanted her to contact me again unless it's for child support payments. It was an amicable parting, and I met my financial obligations. I have to be honest and say that I am going to be happy in 2 years when she turns 18 and I am no longer responsible to her mother. Last week, my bio daughter contacts me on Facebook and asks to meet up in person. I knew I had to deal with this like a man, so I agreed. We met up, and I explained the situation of how her mother and I didn't plan on pregnancy, which she didn't know, and seemed surprised by that revelation. She thought it was planned, a lie her mother told her, which was unfortunate because if nothing else, I am very unfiltered in my directness. She deserved to know the truth, but her mother chose to give her the fairy princess version of what really happened 16 years ago, and maybe a fairy tale version of her father. I told her, in no uncertain terms, I respect you coming to meet me, but I do not want a relationship with you. I have my own family now. I think it's best if you don't contact me ever again. She went through a range of emotions as I calmly asked her to remain seated, but she just got up abruptly, pushed the table at me, and left angrily, but not before calling me a flaming idiot to my face. My sister agreed I was a flaming idiot. Am I the idiot? How else was I supposed to deal with this? Let's head to the comments. ASBF 2015 says, "You're the idiot. I'm sorry, this is a tough situation, but you absconded your obligation as a father and then told your biological child you have, quote, my own family now. A family that she is not welcome to be a part of. I can't imagine how hard and traumatic that was for her to hear. You may have been clear about not wanting a child, but you are responsible for the outcome, wanted or not. It's fitting that I actually had a conversation regarding this just last night with my boyfriend. In my point of view, I think it's unfair that just because the woman is pregnant, people basically think that she ultimately gets to make all decisions, disregarding the father's desires. 2 people make a baby, so both should be involved in the decision making." Further into our conversation, my position was that if an unplanned pregnancy occurs and the man is adamant he does not want a child, but the mother does, then duty falls on the mom to see it through. However, my boyfriend changed my mind. He said, "You made the decision to sleep around at age 16. You got your girlfriend pregnant, and you should have taken responsibility for your actions. Opting out is not an option." My boyfriend, who can be very unemotional and undetached, said he would absolutely never do that to his child, regardless of whether he wanted the kid or not. King Chubby Paws says, "You're the idiot. When you are 16 years old, you make 16-year-old decisions. However, you are not 16 anymore. You are a grown man, and your brave teenage biological daughter reached out to you. She wanted to get to know you and understand what really happened all those years ago. If you refused to meet with her with an outright, no thanks, you'd still be the idiot. but at least you wouldn't have given her false hope of a father-daughter relationship. Instead, you meet her and basically say, "Sorry, I'm not even interested in getting to know you because I have a family that I choose over you." Who does this? That is crushing. You had no heart at 16, and 16 years later, you still are heartless. I'm glad this young lady did not grow up with you in her life, because you are a coward and a shell of a man. Thenoso0 says, "This might not be popular, but not the idiot. When you got your girlfriend pregnant, you made it clear that you didn't want the baby. I give you props for taking responsibility for child support all these years. If you, your wealthy parents, did actually meet your obligations, you declined to mention that. You physically distance yourself from the mother, and the only relationship you've ever had with the daughter is a DNA match. You don't seem to have any emotional connection or even the remotest curiosity, despite the fact that she is your flesh and blood. You made it clear that you are not interested in having her join your new family, and handled that talking point in an honest and straightforward. I'm no shrink, but this girl sounds like she needs a dad in her life. But that doesn't mean it has to be you. And let's be honest, what kind of dad would you be if you faked a real daddy-daughter bond?" Update. I've never told anyone before about this, but I was adopted and never knew my real parents. I was adopted when I was a baby into a wealthy family that was full of secrets and cover-ups. So when this unexpected pregnancy occurred, my parents jumped in and made a financial arrangement with my girlfriend. Luckily, she was 18 at the time, and we didn't have to involve her parents. My parents were furious at me and never wanted me to talk about the child. I felt bad for my girlfriend, but in time, it got easier. There were some comments about why my parents weren't more vocal about their grandchild, but I think they were ashamed that I got someone pregnant, and it was, quote, important that this remains on the down low. That's how I was raised, and I guess that's why people see me as callous and rude. There's been a lot of name-calling in most of the comments. I deserve it, but I'm not changing. So, take your moral high ground and place it where the sun don't shine. People have been telling me that I handled this the wrong way, but is there really a right way? My ex-girlfriend has been lying to my bio daughter all these years, and as painful as it came off, I'm not going to lie to her and tell her we are going to have some magical father-daughter relationship. I love my wife, and I don't want to jeopardize my marriage. I have a newborn son, and I just want to put the past behind me. I'm sorry if that comes off as insensitive and obnoxious, but it is what it is. Our last comments are from Cats Are Super Awesome Too, Spooner818, and L. Kane. Cats Are Super Awesome Too says, "I'm having trouble seeing how you could think you aren't the idiot in this situation. I read your update, and you talk about dealing with it like a man. Is this what you think that looks like? Newsflash, but you are a sorry excuse for a man. All this being said, given the lack of character you've displayed, maybe she is better off without your influence in her life. I wish your daughter all the best. Whether people admit it or not, it can really hurt knowing that someone who took part in creating you has no interest in having some kind of bond with you. I also wish your son all the best, and hope you can raise him to be a better man than you have shown yourself to be." Spooner818 says, "I'll take the downvotes, but at least read before smashing that dislike button. I vote not the idiot." He pulled the band-aid off as quickly as possible. The mom is a total idiot for not being honest with her daughter and explaining the reasoning behind the no-involvement dad. The dad didn't want a kid 16 years ago and doesn't want one now. OP's actions are not what I would have done, but he isn't an idiot for being brutally honest. From the update, it sounds like he never dealt with his own adoption issues and never got answers from his adoptive parents. I think he is suppressing a lot of that by cutting off all emotional ties with his biological daughter. It's a shame, but this dysfunctional circle has a lot of victims. I still feel there is more to this story, and one that has too many unanswered questions. L. Kane says, as someone who didn't know my biological father until well into my 30s, OP is the idiot. Now, having said that, I get that OP is probably feeling a lot of anxiety trying to protect the new life and family he's built. That's great, but why can't your daughter be a part of it? Honestly, what's wrong with showing compassion and care for another person? I'm fortunate that my bio dad and family embraced me immediately. I have so much love for them, and I'm very happy. Your daughter didn't have a choice in her parents. Talk with your wife about it, and hopefully you both can see this as an opportunity for your family to grow. Hey Code Karen community, what would you do in this situation? I'd love to hear your comments. See you in the next story.